This is a short video to talk about the wear ring, the carbon, not the wear ring, the carbon ring wear conditions after 100 hours. I was wanting to know, well, how much does a carbon ring wear? And so I rode my ski for 100 hours. I wanted to do a service anyway, and I'm one of those kind of guys that I just want to know by measuring. So I pulled the entire drive line and removed the carbon seal. And this is the carbon seal after 100 hours in salt water. It's kind of galled it up here and messed up here because they had to do that because the other components were rusted onto the shaft, which we'll talk about maybe in another video. But the distance here after 100 hours is 1.012, and this is a brand new ring here. You can see it's almost got a mirror finish on it, and that's necessary so they can mate up against the floating ring, basically called the hat. And when that measures, that is 1.020. So what we got is a difference of 8 thousandths of an inch of wear after 100 hours. So if you're concerned about how long your carbon ring should last, once again, this is after 100 hours in salt water, and the boat would be sitting in salt water for a week at a time because I take very, very long trips in salt water, and I can't pull the ski out. But I have pretty much confidence now that with the proper formulation of the ring, which did not exist in my 2019 model, which cratered after 30 hours, that the ring should not be much of a problem. This here is the hat that came off the ski at 100 hours. You can see it's got some discoloration on it. However, one interesting thing, even with this ring here and this hat, when I opened up the ski every morning to check to see if there was water in the engine bay, there was no water at all in the engine bay. No water intrusion had happened overnight while I was sitting at the dock overnight in the salt water. And there wasn't any evidence of water in the engine bay when I, at the end of the day either. So this thing was doing what it was supposed to do. I guess the engine alignment is spot on. But anyway, that tells you what your wear ring wear could actually look like. Once again, 100 hours salt water, and this is brand new. Not much of a difference. Another interesting thing, just I'll say, is that when you look at this hat, this new hat on the 2023s, they have this groove here, and I think this is a telltale that you can use to determine how much wear you have, because when this is fixtured up brand new, that face here sits right there at the edge of the interface. Well, not right at the edge, just like this. But the difference between that mark there, when those line up, and this right here, is the difference between a brand new ring and one that's completely worn out. So I think you can line up this surface here and check it against that ring, that groove there, and that can give you an indication preliminarily of how much wear you have on your ring. I would say that once it lines up like that, you need to be really looking at replacing your carbon seal, your carbon ring.